Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. On this channel, we share practical guidance on visa processes, immigration pathways, and related topics to help you make informed decisions. If you are unsure about your visa options or planning your next step, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you stay updated with the latest developments. Before continuing, please review the legal disclaimer provided in the comment section of this video. Now, let us go over an important update from Immigration Australia. If you or someone you know is seeking protection in Australia due to fear of persecution, conflict, or serious harm, then this is one of the most important videos you will watch because the refugee and humanitarian visa system is one of the most complex, sensitive, and strictly assessed areas of Australian immigration law. And here is something most people do not fully understand. This is not a standard visa process. This is a protection-based legal assessment, which means your entire application depends on whether Australia owes you protection under international and domestic law. So in this video, I will take you through the complete process from start to finish, including offshore refugee pathways, onshore protection claims, eligibility requirements, evidence strategy, recent updates, and the most common mistakes that lead to refusal. And I strongly recommend you stay until the end, because misunderstanding even one step in this process can have serious consequences. Let us begin with the foundation. Australia's refugee and humanitarian system operates under what is known as the Refugee and Humanitarian Program. This program is divided into two major components: offshore resettlement and onshore protection. Australia allocates a limited number of places each year under this program, with around 20,000 places planned in recent years. Now let us start with offshore pathways. These are for people who are outside Australia and seeking resettlement. There are several key visa subclasses under the offshore refugee category: Subclass 200 Refugee Visa, Subclass 201 In-Country Special Humanitarian Visa, Subclass 203 Emergency Rescue Visa, Subclass 204 Woman at Risk Visa. Let us break these down. Subclass 200 is for people who have fled their country and are recognized as refugees, often referred by international organizations. Subclass 201 is for people still in their home country who cannot leave but are facing serious risk. Subclass 203 is for urgent cases where there is immediate danger to life or safety. Subclass 204 is specifically designed for women who are at risk and do not have protection from a partner or family member. Now, here is a very important point. Most offshore refugee applications are not applied for directly by individuals. They are usually referred through international bodies or proposed by family members already in Australia. There is also another pathway under the humanitarian stream known as the Special Humanitarian Program. This applies to people who may not meet the strict refugee definition, but are facing serious human rights violations and require protection. Now let us go step by step through the offshore process. Step 1 is eligibility. You must be outside Australia. You must be facing persecution or serious harm. You must not have a safe alternative country to live in, and you must meet health, character, and security requirements. Step 2 is referral or proposal. This is one of the most unique aspects of offshore refugee visas. You are either referred by an international organization like the United Nations, High Commissioner for Refugees, or proposed by an eligible person in Australia. Step 3 is assessment immigration authorities. Assess your case based on risk, vulnerability, and need for protection. Priority is often given to the most vulnerable cases, or those referred through official channels. Step 4 is visa decision and resettlement. If approved, you are granted a permanent visa and assisted with travel and settlement in Australia. Now let us move to onshore protection claims. This is where the process becomes even more critical. Onshore protection applies to people who are already in Australia and cannot return to their home country due to fear of persecution or serious harm. The main visa here is Subclass 8N66 Protection Visa. This visa can lead to permanent residence if Australia determines that it owes you protection. Now let us go step by step through the onshore process. Step 1 is eligibility. You must be physically in Australia. You must have entered Australia legally in most cases. You must have a genuine fear of persecution or significant harm if you return to your home country. Step 2 is lodging the protection visa application. You apply online and provide detailed information about your background, experiences, and reasons for seeking protection. This is not a simple form. It is a detailed legal statement. Now here is the most important part of the entire process. Your claims must be credible, consistent, and supported by evidence. Immigration will assess whether your fear is well-founded under refugee law or complementary protection principles. Step 3 is bridging visa. Once you apply, you may be granted a bridging visa, allowing you to remain in Australia while your application is processed. Step 4 is interview and assessment. You may be invited for an interview where you must explain your claims in detail. Consistency between your written application and oral statements is critical. Step 5 is decision. If approved, you are granted a permanent protection visa. If refused, there may be review options depending on your situation. Now let us also talk about temporary protection pathways. For certain applicants who arrived under specific circumstances, there are temporary visas such as Temporary Protection Visa, Safe Haven Enterprise Visa. These visas provide temporary stay and protection, but do not always lead directly to permanent residence. However, recent policy changes have introduced pathways for some of these visa holders to transition to permanent residency under specific conditions. Now let us talk about the most critical element across all refugee applications: evidence. This is not like other visas where documents alone are enough. Your application must demonstrate personal history, country conditions, risk factors, consistency of narrative, and credibility. Even small inconsistencies can raise serious concerns. Now let us talk about recent updates and trends. Australia continues to maintain strict border and protection policies while fulfilling its international obligations. There is strong emphasis on genuine protection claims, credibility and consistency, risk-based assessment, priority for vulnerable groups, limited places under the humanitarian program. At the same time, offshore resettlement remains highly selective due to limited quotas and high global demand. Now let us talk about the biggest mistakes applicants make. Number 1, applying without a genuine protection claim. Number 2, inconsistent or unclear statements. Number 3, lack of supporting evidence. Number 4, misunderstanding eligibility requirements. Number 5, relying on incorrect advice. Number 6, applying too late after arrival. Number 7, not preparing properly for interviews. These mistakes can lead to refusal and long-term immigration consequences. Now let me give you a winning strategy. Understand your eligibility clearly. Prepare a detailed and consistent statement. Support your claim with credible evidence. Stay honest and transparent. Seek proper guidance before applying, and do not rush the process. If you follow this approach, your application becomes stronger and more credible. And here is the final truth. Refugee and protection visas are not about opportunity. They are about protection. They exist for people who genuinely cannot return to their home country safely, and the system is designed to carefully assess that need. If you are applying under Australia's refugee or protection visa pathways, careful preparation of your personal statement, Supporting evidence and consistency of information is essential to avoid complications later in your application. We hope you have found this information useful. If you would like personalized immigration advice based on your situation, you can reach us round the clock by calling or sending a text message on our WhatsApp mobile number +64221786007, also provided in the comment section of this video, and we will get in touch with you as soon as possible. If you found this update helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit. We will be back again with another interesting update very soon. Thank you for watching.